Hi, fellas. Welcome to All About Balls.
Wait,
Welcome back to the first episode of All About Balls. So,
Here with my name's Harvey.
my name's Alex, and
My name's Max.
I'm a special guest. My name is Ben.
And we're
Alright,
going to be talking about random football games.
Sounds good.
So, first of all, we can look back on the Premier League, where some interesting stuff happened this weekend, such as Max is going to discuss, Man City getting clapped by Norwich. Go on,
Yeah,
Max.
kind of a surprising result. I'm not
You can
gonna
say
lie.
that.
Pookie kind of absolutely destroyed Man City. They no longer exist as a football club. Norwich's team was pretty awful. I'm not gonna
No,
lie.
I mean, they're pretty solid, all things considered, especially Pookie.
But some of the
Pookie was
players
there.
I saw coming on were kind of absolutely awful. I was really surprised by the end result. I thought they'd probably lose like 6-0, but
Yeah.
they ended up winning somehow.
I kind of feel bad for people that actually bet on that, Like, okay, it's an easy buck. I'm gonna earn like 5 cents over this €5, and they just get absolutely clapped. It's kind of epic.
Just straight up should not have happened.
Then we have a massacre that happened against Wolves. Heavy rip. Chelsea absolutely destroyed their rectum.
That's
5-3.
not family friendly right
It's
there.
just
but
a
alright.
human body part.
Hmm.
So then we got Chelsea here beating Wolves 5-2 with Tammy Abraham getting a sweet hat trick in
And an own goal.
and an own goal just to balance
He's so
things
good,
out.
he scored for both teams.
Exactly. See, that's how good he is. No, he scored for the other team just to balance it out. He felt bad. It's just
Yeah.
the usual thing.
What a hero he is.
Yeah, and so far, Chelsea's been having a decent season just for the people that come from the youth academy, basically.
Yeah, with Mason Mount,
Yeah.
Tammy Abraham, Fikayo
Tanny
Tomori.
Abraham has a lot of talent, as you can see. His vision and his runs are always really good, always surprising the back line of the other team.
Position, yes.
Yeah, basically.
Absolutely.
Fikayo Tomori. played-
Adding a new range of creativity to what a striker really can be.
I mean,
Fikayo Tomori really played well too.
like-
He's got an absolute banger.
yeah,
So-
there is also Wolves did try to come back, but it was too little too late. It was just one goal by Cutrone, big man himself.
After the own goal by Abraham.
Yeah, after the own goal by Abraham, which,
He scored 4 goals in that game.
yeah, that's actually mad. How old is he? Like 18, 19,
20, 20,
21?
21.
20.
something like
Okay,
that.
yeah, around that.
5.
So yeah, then
3 goals and 1 for the other team. So
Harvey,
4-goal game.
anything to comment on the?
Oh
Your side of the
boy,
pitch?
where do I even start with the Arsenal Watford game? Listen up, blood. Okay, we were 2-0 up in the first half. First half was alright. We weren't playing the best football, but we weren't making silly mistakes, you feel me? We were playing it out from the back, but it was actually kind of working. And then, we got the ball to Maitland-Niles, who had an impressive run, as he's actually a right wing, playing as a right back. I'll not talk about
always
that
good.
today.
Always
Having a great run, passing it to Aubameyang, and he calmly just finishing it in. And then Kolasinac passing it to Aubameyang, who volleys it into the net, just like he did against Barcelona,
That's pretty
which
epic.
we could have won, but we had an own goal. So, back to the Watford game. So, first
Talk
half.
about that further.
Yeah. In the Watford game, 2-0. Pretty good. We're up. Confidence is high for me, we go into the second half. No substitutions made. Emery never makes substitutions. We are 2-0 up against a team that is basically facing relegation in the beginning of the season.
Just sacked their manager 2 weeks ago. The first game for the new manager too.
First
They
game for-
haven't won a single game yet. So
And they
far.
haven't won a single game yet.
On 1 point after four games.
And rather than being an ambitious manager and being like, yo, let's try to really play the beautiful Arsenal game and score 5 goals, 6 goals, he's like, you know what? Let us defend. Let's be a Jose Mourinho and park the bus. So we end up parking the bus with Luis and Maitland-Niles, who was a right wing, playing a right back. I have to just point that out.
I think you did, twice.
We concede a penalty by Luis, who he bought for Chelsea from
Okay, but let's
Chelsea.
not, don't forget, passing out from the back didn't work so well with Socrates there.
Yeah, Socrates is not a ball-playing
Utterly
defender.
dreadful.
Emery should know he's not a ball-playing defender, though.
He should, but he doesn't.
Yeah.
That's why you
It's,
bought Luis.
Yeah.
Because he is, but Socrates just passed it right to Watford and they scored the first goal.
I really hope, like, once Chambers and Holding are back, we have an English partnership centre back. That'd be
Wait,
pretty
what
good.
was it?
How the English
Wait, what was it?
national
Luis
team.
Organduzzi who got substituted out and like held out.
Yeah, that
like,
was
essentially-
Guendouzi.
Guendouzi, and he was
Held
like
up the
2-1.
2-0.
Yeah, that
2-1
worked.
with
Yeah.
his fingers, and yeah, that,
That
didn't age
really aged very well.
The thing is,
Yeah.
Guendouzi, like, this match, he didn't actually, like, play too well, I'm gonna be honest. But,
well. He was
like,
really good against Tottenham a few
Yeah,
weeks ago.
and
He was
against Tottenham, he
incredible.
was amazing. Here, he was like, huh? But he's still 20 years old, so he's gonna be inconsistent. But he's gonna find his consistency eventually.
Yeah.
So,
Eventually.
essentially, 2-0 up against the relegation side. You have to make substitutions. Ozil, okay, he played decently, to be fair.
Wait, how old is he?
He's pretty old. He's like 30. So rather than like substituting,
Can't play the full game.
oh
anymore.
yeah, rather than substituting,
And doesn't want to
Ozil-
do the work, any
Yeah.
defensive work.
How about you remove Ozil, add in Willock, who is very dynamic and can play any part of the midfield. He's like a box-to-box midfielder who you could use for attack and defense.
Also, I'm guessing Ozil's like really expensive, like wage-wise.
It's 350K,
Yeah.
Just
and
go
Emery
with it.
doesn't
Get
want to
him out.
play him.
Get him out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get him out.
Contributed basically nothing.
We were gonna loan him to Galatasaray, but they were having financial fair play issues.
Yeah, I mean, all things considered, yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Basically.
It's impossible to sell him because nobody's gonna match his wages.
No, it was like Man United with Sanchez. They didn't
Yeah.
want to sell him because
Oh, Arsene Wenger, he's done it again.
Big man himself.
But yeah, basically we capitulated because of silly mistakes like we always do.
Big words.
But now, just to finish off with the Premier League, Liverpool now 5 points ahead after 5 games, which is actually the biggest lead anyone has had at the top of the league after this many games being played. Manchester City, yeah,
That's mad.
had an off day against Norwich, you could say. Did not have a good time.
They
Got
pulled in
counterattacked-
Arsenal
they
with
got
the mistake.
counterattacked so many times. It was-
Yeah.
after the first goal,
It
the
was
first
fun to
goal was
watch.
from the corner.
Mm-hmm.
That you know, okay, that happens sometimes. Then they went out, tried to chase the game, tried to bring it to Norwich, but then Norwich kept counterattacking them, and they conceded 2 really good goals.
But the last one was mainly a
Oh,
mistake.
from
The last
from-
one was a huge mistake.
If
What
they
was
didn't
that?
make that mistake, then it would have been a draw. I mean, they would have
Yeah, if it
definitely.
wasn't it would have been a
taken
draw, which would have come on.
It would have been
would've-
bad.
Would
It
have been
would've been
bad.
bad,
Yeah.
They might have lost.
I mean, rather than dropping 3 points, they would have dropped 2 points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But alas, it was Pookie time.
hmm
It was
Yeah.
indeed a Pookie party.
Pookie pod.
But you know what? What I find pretty interesting if we look at the standings right now, we have Tottenham, who are in disarray right now, because let's just say they're not in form.
Hold on, looking at the table.
Third.
How are they?
Okay.
How are Tottenham in third? They've been.
Like, it's funny to see how like
Pretty
neither
shy.
Chelsea or
Tottenham
Arsenal
just do not
are in the
deserve
top
to be in
5.
third ever.
I'd say that's pretty interesting.
Leicester, I don't know what's happening, but Leicester is like 5th, doing pretty
Leicester
well.
only lost their first game this weekend against Man United. They've been.
Yeah, they've been pretty
Lying.
solid.
All things considered.
They started with 2 draws, but then they were really picking up form. But they kind of had an off day against Man United.
Can we just point at the elephant in the room here? Arsenal is in 7th, and that is not acceptable.
That is, look,
need to be playing a lot
Chelsea.
better.
Chelsea is using youth academy players, so they're going to be inconsistent, meaning they're going to drop points sometime. They already dropped points. We didn't take advantage of it. Man United dropped points. We didn't take advantage of it. Tottenham dropped points. Tottenham are just bad right now, and we didn't take advantage of
Well,
it.
Tottenham did beat Crystal Palace 4-0, but that was a typical Crystal Palace once a season thing of conceding
Yeah, basically.
And rather,
millions of goals in the first half.
like, genuinely, we could have essentially been at least 3rd, maybe even 2nd right now.
Okay,
if we did
you should
well.
have at least 2 more points.
Yeah, at
Which
least.
would put you tied with Man. You should be in 3rd or 2nd place right
Yeah.
I mean, West Ham has the exact
Should.
same amount of points as Chelsea and Arsenal. I suppose.
But hold
there's-
on, but who did West Ham play?
now. Aston
They-
Villa, they drew 0-0 and they had a red card.
Oh, yeah, I was watching
Aston
that.
Villa, Norwich. They won from Norwich, Norwich.
Yeah, so that means they're better than Man City.
Yeah.
Basically.
And they drew against Brighton. Oh,
Yeah.
that they
That's
dropped
not-
points
that's-
against Brighton.
I mean,
West
so
Ham have
far-
not been, they haven't been especially good, but Arsenal recently have been dropping points everywhere. They started with 2 wins.
I feel like
Harvey
Chelsea's
was
starting
very
to pick up.
excited. Then
Look, 2-1 against Barcelona and
In trophy
own
final.
goal. Amazing.
nice,
That's,
yeah.
that's epic.
So okay,
Well
Champions
done.
League started
Oh,
this week.
Champions
Last
League.
night,
Champions League,
Liverpool got absolutely destroyed. Their first
Battered.
loss of the season, and
As they deserve to be.
Yeah.
Against
Basically.
Napoli,
Not
big
biased,
man
though.
like
Napoli.
Koulibaly.
Koulibaly kept
Just
Salah
really
in his
stealing
pocket
the show.
entire game.
Then Slavia Praha out here almost beating Inter Milan.
Slavia Praha is a dark horse in this Champions League.
they're
prove
just
me wrong.
they're the best team. They're going to win.
Yeah,
the
they are
entire
going
thing.
to win.
No
they
doubt.
they have they truly have very amazing players like
I've not heard of a single player on that team.
I mean,
Olainaka.
oh, it was
He
actually-
sounds good.
He was playing very. Wait, let me see. I was watching the game.
He got a goal.
Olayinka.
Yeah, yeah,
He's
exactly.
a
Olayinka,
Nigerian
Yinka.
footballer. Wow. Okay.
No, like the thing is, like, it was basically like the Norwich Man City thing where
They went ahead kind of. When did they go ahead?
No, it was second
What minute
half.
did they go
Second
ahead?
half.
They went
Yeah,
ahead second
second
half.
half.
Yeah.
where like there was a lot of counterattacks happening. actually.
Honestly, Inter Milan was kind of
they
happy.
were dreadful. Like they were actually dreadful.
How like tactically how were they dreadful?
Okay, they were pretty much losing possession every like 2 seconds. But Slavia were really like motivated because keeping that in mind, you're up against a big team. You obviously want to play very well.
And you know you don't have much of a chance, so you might as well
Exactly.
go out and go for it because you're
Exactly.
not going to get through the group anyway.
Like, and it's the exact opposite thing with Inter because like they always think it's like a very
No.
like a very what's it called? Like they think it's gonna be a very easy matchup. Then they just think, okay, we can chill. But then they got
Yeah, I
they
think
almost
Slavia.
lost.
The Slavia reaction when they got drawn into the group was pretty funny.
The
And
Yeah, I mean-
honestly expected them to lose every game by a heavy margin, but they're really not that bad. They
But
have
the
some
reason they were
consider-
laughing is because they know they're gonna beat every single team there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that
That's
was the
why they
reason.
were
That's
laughing.
why.
Yeah, they're actually gonna win the Champions
The other
League.
game in that group, Dortmund Barcelona.
0-0. I didn't. Yeah,
kind
I didn't
of a
watch this
boring
one.
game.
No,
but
okay.
It's
Honestly,
disappointing not to see goals, but Ter Stegen was absolutely
like
immense. in
Like
that
I'd
game.
say, like at least for me, it was
Man
an
of the
exciting
match.
like match because it was all over the place. There was no team that was dominating. It was just all over the place.
Dortmund
Counter-attack.
missed the
Messi was a
penalty.
substitute in this match. What do you guys think?
Yeah,
of that?
he was just coming out as an injury. He got in there. Let's be honest, he didn't get any space.
Here's what I think happened with Messi. They knew he was injured. They knew they were playing Dortmund, a good team. So they were going to name him on the bench. And if they're ahead 3-0 by the 60th minute or so, they don't have to bring him on because they've already won the game. They don't have to bring him on and risk him right after his injury. But if it's 0-0 or 1-1 or they're even losing, by that point they can bring him on and hopefully he can create something. And he did come on. Unfortunately for them, he did not create anything. Barcelona quite lucky.
There were a few close
missed-
goals.
Yeah, there were many close calls.
Yeah.
Ter Stegen made some incredible
So
saves.
Ter
including a
Stegen, man of the
penalty.
match for
Ter Stegen
Barcelona.
definitely man of the
How
match.
about Dortmund?
I thought
Oh,
Sancho was
Hummels.
pretty good.
Hummels was amazing. It was
Hummels
everywhere.
was
It was
good,
yeah.
too.
Wait, how old is Hummels right now?
he's about 31 or 30,
Wait,
I
I'm gonna check.
believe. Yeah, 30. Still not a bad idea to bring him back to the club after leaving a few years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Can bring some solidity
I'd say
to
he
their
had a
defense.
very
That's
good
quite a
match.
young team, Dortmund. They need
Yeah.
some
Oh.
older players to guide them. Other games from last night: Ajax,
Ajax.
3, lost Lille 0.
I was not gonna lie. I was expecting Lille to put in more of like a shift against Ajax.
I thought
Like,
Lille played pretty well. They were a really fast-paced team. They were running everywhere. They saw quite a lot of the ball, but right in the final third, right in the Ajax penalty box, when they had some chances to score, they just didn't. There was a shot that went right at Onana. There was one that just missed. Lille could have scored 2 or 3 goals in that game comfortably. So the scoreline doesn't necessarily reflect how they played.
I feel that Lille is like low key missing Nicolas Pepe and the other player that
They didn't have
in
anyone
there.
to kind of carry the ball forward.
Yeah.
They were all. It was kind of disorganized in a way.
I mean, but the thing with Lille is all of their like players are able to dribble and pass the man really well,
Yeah.
which makes for beautiful football.
Renato
but-
Sanchez was quite
Mhm.
good on the ball, I thought. I
However-
didn't see too much of the game,
Yeah.
but I saw he was running with the ball quite a
I
lot.
was looking at the statistics, and Nicolas Pepe was like 60% of their attacks were coming from the
Oh
right
yeah, they
wing.
were all. He was the guy who had picked
Yeah.
the ball up deep and then carry it all the way up to the opposition penalty box. And without him, they kind
Yeah.
of
I mean,
struggled a
all
bit.
things considered, I'm pretty happy that Renato Sanchez is probably getting like some game
Yeah, he-
time
well,
out of Bayern.
The Portuguese boy speaks.
Yeah, but I may be biased, but here I am.
But yeah, he
Yeah.
played. He played quite well. It's nice to see him doing well.
How about Chelsea Valencia?
Valencia beating Chelsea 1-0. Chelsea missed a penalty.
Just
quite
putting it
late
out
on.
there, Arsenal beat Valencia, and Chelsea couldn't beat Valencia.
Yeah, and Crystal
so.
Palace beat Arsenal, meaning Crystal Palace is
And-
better than all
Yeah,
of these.
but
And-
like no one
and
cares. 'Cause
Sheffield
Crystal,
with Crystal
Crystal
Palace.
Palace was cheating. Arsenal should have won that game.
Yeah,
because
that was
they
straight
should
up-
win every single game they
Okay.
play.
Okay.
Not
If
biased.
you look at
Okay.
every single Arsenal game, it's just dumb mistakes that makes us lose the game. Like,
Well, with this Chelsea game, there was a bit of a dumb situation that went down. Ross Barkley, Chelsea were awarded a penalty quite late on. I'd say 80th minute.
Ooh,
so like
Something
final
that.
phases of the
Final
game.
phase of the game, they were trailing 1-0 to Valencia, and instead of someone who's really good at penalties like Jorginho or Willian or even Tammy Abraham taking the penalty, they had Ross Barkley. They even had an argument on the pitch. You could see Ross Barkley talking with Jorginho and Willian and kind of having a bit of an argument on the pitch. He really wanted to take the penalty, and then
Missed.
he shot it over the bar.
Yeah, and then
which
that
was
happened.
Oh, boy.
Not
The
very
motivation
convincing.
was there, just not the shot.
Not the accuracy.
everything but that.
Anything
Leipzig,
else?
Benfica.
Not too much to
yeah,
say.
not too eventful, I'd say.
Well, I want to look at the lineups.
No one really too big. Team
Konate. Is Orban really better than Upamecano?
He's the captain, so I guess he brings with centre backs. You'd kind of want someone experienced to play, and
That is true.
I think Willie Orban's quite an experienced player, at least considering most of that team's quite young. Not too much else to talk about. Red Bull Salzburg absolutely took apart
Their
Henk, but that's
striker, though.
not
Champions
Haaland.
League debut, 19
Yeah.
years old, first half hat
That's
trick.
actually insane.
Yeah, that was.
Wait, is he like the first person to get a first half hat trick in the Champions League?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's mad.
For this
He's
season,
19.
yeah.
This season, at least for last season, it didn't happen. I can't think of a time I've
Exactly.
seen something like this happen.
It's actually insane.
Like he's,
and I mean, we are talking about Genk here, which aren't the
True.
best team, obviously. However,
they're the Belgian champions.
yeah,
so
they are the
they're
Belgian
not
champions, so they aren't bad.
An awful team. They did look pretty bad in this game. The defenders.
Yeah,
all over
a
the place.
6-2. I mean, 6 goals in the first half.
Not-
I'd say that's a very.
I
fun
wonder,
game to watch.
like, if a team wants to buy him right now, how much money do you think?
30 million at least, possibly even 40 million. Considering that Red Bull Salzburg are quite a rich club.
Yeah.
That
They
is
could
true.
probably-
It would take
yeah.
a bit of money to get it off.
I don't know where I could see him going. Maybe Chelsea would be a good place for him to go. Considering they could use a striker.
I could
a
see him
backup
at Chelsea.
striker.
I
don't
could
know.
see him at Manchester City, and then his talent gets wasted because Pep Guardiola has all the money, and he's like, "Oh, I need a new striker," and then
So basically, same thing as the Renato Sanchez scenario at Bayern.
I think he'd be good
Yeah.
at Leon. Speaking
Yeah.
speaking
I
of
could see-
Leon,
I could see
they
him at
played
Leon, yeah.
Zenit last night, the final game. We haven't mentioned. It was kind of boring. I watched it. I regret watching it. It was a pretty awful game. 1-1.
Imagine if he would go to Ajax, right? And or Dortmund.
That would be a
'cause
smart move. Ajax or Dortmund. Dortmund would be a really smart move. for him.
Sancho and him together.
Ooh.
Yo,
And Thorgan Hazard, Julian Brandt, Marco Reus.
that would be mad.
Dortmund would win the
Yeah,
league.
but Brandt,
That would be mad blood.
Like with Brandt, actually, you had like a very good shot that hit the crossbar during the Barca game. That was
Yeah,
actually.
but
He
Brandt
came
shot
in
the
like
hit
well, 2
But
minutes
Dortmund
later.
should have won. Barca were not
Dortmund
playing
should have
very
won.
well.
Dortmund should have won.
Dortmund could have had 3 or 4 goals in that game,
Yeah, Ter Stegen was just putting in
Ter
an
Stegen,
insane
yeah.
performance.
and of course the shot that hit the bar. So
Hold on, but what do you guys think of Ter Stegen not being the main keeper for
Uh,
Germany?
well, as Germany lost and conceded 4 goals in one of their games, it's not a very good idea, is it?
I mean, all things considered-
he's clearly the best German keeper. Neuer is just
Neuer
not,
is their captain.
I mean, he's
Neuer
even
is their
arguably the
captain.
best
Yeah.
keeper in the world.
Neuer
right
is
now.
straight up not having a good time. He's just
Like,
not
how,
having
how
a
old
good
is
time.
Neuer?
He's at least 30 years old.
Of
Yeah.
course.
He normally for keepers, this is when you'd expect them to be really good when they reach 30s. That's normally when keepers reach their prime years, but Neuer is just not having a good time.
I mean,
He's off it.
honestly, Neuer reached his prime in 2014.
Oh,
Yeah, when Germany won the
yeah.
World Cup, around then he was
That's
good. But
insane.
now I
He
don't
hit his
think so.
prime so early, like 25, 26.
That was he was incredible back then, but now it's just he
Yeah.
got an injury a few years ago
Yeah,
and
that's
came back
true.
and
Never been
No,
the same.
he's
Wasn't
still
really.
good, but they're like
he's
not.
good. Obviously, he's good.
Obviously
but
not in his prime
he's
anymore.
not as good as Ter Stegen. Ter Stegen should be starting every game for
Since we're
Germany.
talking about that, who's that Real Madrid player who just got an ACL injury? Asensio.
Asensio.
Yeah, he got an ACL
Yeah.
injury,
Do you
and
think
people.
he'll be the same coming back?
No, apparently.
How many injuries does Real Madrid have right now? They have Marcelo. They have.
Half of that team, like Man City, half of that team's
Yeah.
injured,
That's like.
and it's
Okay,
kind of
hold on.
showing. So, yeah, kind of disappointing to see someone possibly as talented as Asensio
Yeah,
go down for the entire
that's
season,
true.
especially when he's so young, and you'd like to see him
How old is
playing
he?
all the
He's
time.
like-
He's like 21, 22.
Ooh, that's very young. It's gonna,
Yeah, I don't.
it's gonna be
It's
tough.
it's tough for Real Madrid this season because they bought so many players, and they hopefully, like some of the players who were there last season to actually help carry the team for the first bit of the year while the new signings are adjusting. But with players like Asensio and Marcelo going down with injuries, it's some of the new signings are probably going to have to step up really early.
I hope. Honestly, my prediction is Atletico Madrid wins this La Liga.
I can
Messi
see that
being
happening.
injured and.
I don't know.
Messi's
Like-
coming back
yeah,
now, so
Messi
it really
is
depends.
starting to come
Barcelona are a
back.
completely different team when Messi's playing, so it
That's
really
true.
depends on.
Yeah. But I mean, they already kind of dropped points, not gonna lie.
They've all
Against
dropped-
Osasuna. with
Drop
a-
points. Atletico Madrid dropped points against Real Sociedad, which was not
That's true.
not
No,
ideal.
no, but they didn't drop points because they have Nacho Monreal. He's the
Oh.
best left back in the
Legend.
world.
Okay.
Oh yeah, and they have.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know who else they have. The Real
Oh,
Sociedad.
but they have Martin Odegaard.
Oh,
Oh,
Odegaard.
yeah.
Yeah, the guy who plays
He
for
used to
Vitesse.
play for
Where is
Vitesse.
Bilbao?
They have Mikel Merino, one of the guys, the last guy to dribble Van Dijk in the league.
Okay.
Can we
Apart from
please
Pepe.
take into account how Vitesse lost 5-0 to PSV, and Donny Malen scored all 5 goals, ex-Arsenal
Honestly,
player,
I'm-
sold for like a couple bucks.
I'm not looking
Yeah.
forward to PSV supporting tomorrow. I don't think that's gonna end well. Like with
Yeah,
the form
Sporting
they've
have a
been
weak
in.
squad.
Yeah.
But did you watch the game? Did
Yeah,
you
I
see
watched it.
the
I
time?
watched it to halftime. Then I watched it 2 minutes after that, and we conceded 3 goals by then. And I was like, I'm not gonna watch this. This is embarrassing. So I turned off the game. How Vitesse was playing horrifically. Like it's like every mistake we made, they capitalized and they got a shot on target or something.
Like honestly, I felt like that a couple of months ago when Sporting was facing Benfica, when we lost 5-0 as well. That was
yeah,
yeah,
I know how it
basically the
feels.
same situation. Like we were holding up very well, but then once they got the first goal in,
It just keeps rolling.
yeah, it just
It's
keeps
like
rolling.
yeah.
But yeah, tomorrow Europa League, we have a lot of games going on.
Eintracht, Arsenal.
Very yeah.
I hope by that time I think Holding isn't full fit and he might play like 60 minutes in that game. He's really good. Then we might play Chambers as well. If we play Chambers, Holding, and then I mean our fullbacks are bad, but
I mean, hold on, we might be getting ahead of ourselves.
So you could be playing, since it's Europa League, Arsenal would normally play some questionable players in those matches. Like
Sure.
last year when they were, who they keep playing in those matches? There was one player they
Neni
kept
or
playing,
something?
El Neni, yeah. Did not
Horrific.
play in the league at all, but Europa League matches, every
Yeah.
single match, and
I
he's just not very good.
I think we'll go for a really young team. I think we'll play
Yeah,
like Willa,
probably.
Guendouzi, Torreira.
Other Europa League games.
Yeah, but before
anything?
that, let's not forget, today there's still
Yeah,
Champions
there's
League
still Champions League today.
with Real Madrid PSG and Atletico versus Juve.
I'm so annoyed those are both on at the same time.
Yeah, I know,
'Cause I wanted
okay.
to. I'm gonna watch both of them anyway. But
Yeah, yeah,
there's,
you can
there's
use two
such
screens.
massive games. Like
Honestly-
obviously in Group A, PSG and Real Madrid are going to go. They're going to
Okay,
get the
there's
top
gonna be
2
some
spaces
competition there.
above above Galatasaray and Brugge. But it'll still be an interesting match to watch and see who finishes first place.
Like I think personally, I'm gonna be watching Atletico versus Juve, simply because I want to see the what's it called, like performance between basically Yao Felix, as some people would call him, is going to do against Juve, and I kind of want to see the Portuguese clash between Bernardo and João Felix. I'm going to say
That'll be a
Yao.
big game. I
Open.
think.
Yeah, that's true.
We've got some dude standing outside the door right now,
Trying to get
figure out
in.
how to open a door, and
And
he's
he
not
has,
having
he
a
has,
good time.
he's not having a good time. He has not realized that the door is actually locked, and that's somehow a difficult thing for him to understand. But
He's gonna
Right.
okay, he's gonna call us.
Oh,
He's
he's
trying to get
calling
in.
us,
Okay.
Guys, it's time for a special guest call.
Hold on.
to
Let's
come online
add
right
in
now.
a new segment called Team of the Week.
Ooh.
Team of the week.
Alright,
Like,
Arsenal.
okay, for what? For like all around?
From all around, do we include Champions League matches from last night?
Yeah, Hunter.
Do we include World League?
Yeah, that's what we
You know,
Never
North Korea.
Okay.
Not even
The North Korean Premier League,
the Australians who
Gaza
don't
Strip
actually care.
Premier League, though.
Oh,
the Nigerian Premier League, best keeper of
The
all,
Japanese.
best keeper from all the games we've talked about is no doubt Ter Stegen.
Yeah, probably.
What an
Okay,
absolute
wait, who
war
else
hero.
had a really good performance?
I can't think of anyone apart from Ter Stegen who is good.
That is
I mean,
true.
okay, keeper performances don't necessarily stick out as much, but
No, okay,
Ter Stegen-
okay.
Okay, hold on.
My
So
opinion, in my opinion,
Immense.
the only reason Ter Stegen's performance actually stood out is because the defense
Oh,
was
fuck,
not as
I
good as
forgot my
Dortmund's.
iPad. Okay, I'm gonna take my iPad. I'm coming.
Yeah, like, yeah. So basically, I think the only reason Ter Stegen's performance was like stood out is because their defense
the
was
defense for Barcelona.
but it does show
was
that Ter Stegen
horrendous.
doesn't necessarily need a good defense to block
yeah, but
shots.
still like
Okay, let's be honest though. Dortmund should have scored.
They-
Like, there's
they
no
should've
excuse
scored.
for that. Like,
They
Ter
definitely should've
Stegen was
scored.
good, but
Mm,
I mean, he was incredible. But
Yeah, okay, Dortmund
Dortmund should have scored at
They,
least
they had
twice.
plenty of chances.
They missed a penalty.
They did.
Too. Like,
okay,
Oh,
so
they
that's more
didn't
of a
miss.
them
It was
problem.
saved. It was saved. It wasn't like it
yeah.
was really a miss.
Okay, so Ter Stegen goals, centre backs. Probably Hummels, most
I'd say
likely, and
Hummels.
Koulibaly.
Hummels, Koulibaly, yeah.
I think that's it for centre backs.
Socrates. I thought
Okay.
Socrates and David Luiz were really
Okay,
good.
how about we don't mention that ever again?
Okay.
Fullbacks.
Like, okay, what kind of formation are we doing for team? of the week?
4
No,
3
let's
3.
do
Yes.
3-4-3. 3-4-3. So we could put in Fikayo Tomori from Chelsea.
Okay,
He scored
sure.
Did you see the goal he
I
scored
didn't
against
see the
Wolves?
goal.
It was, oh my god, the ball rolled back to him, like young centre half, like 21 years old or something, absolutely smacked it into the top corner from like 35 yards out.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay.
It was- we have to put him in the team
3-4-3
just
then.
for
Then
that.
we need another center back.
However, I mean, if a centre
We
back
have
scores a
Koulibaly.
goal, it doesn't mean he's a good centre back.
He played well in that game too, to be fair. He made some good tackles. He was quite...
But I mean, are there any left backs or right backs that we feel are
We'll just
perform
put
better
like
than
wingers in it.
Are you doing it for Facebook or website?
Cass?
Cass.
Cass.
No. Oh, for Kaz.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. So, what else? So we have two center backs. We need one more.
We have Hummels, Koulibaly, and Fikayo Tomori.
Oh yeah, yeah, okay. Then center mids. Let's see.
Let's think.
I mean, I was gonna say Brandt, but he wasn't in long enough. I'd say.
How about De Jong? I heard De Jong was really
De
good.
Jong was good.
Yeah.
On the weekend.
Yeah.
Barcelona.
For
Who did
Barcelona.
Barcelona
Guys, I
play?
see you
The
tomorrow.
weekend.
Let's see.
Who did Barcelona play on the weekend? I can't even
Oh,
remember.
I think Google
Yeah.
knows.
I think Google does know.
No, we know. Hold on,
Yeah,
let me
we
think.
know. Let me just.
Valencia. They won 4-1
Yeah,
against
Valencia.
And Frankie de Jong scored in like second minute.
No, that's because
I heard he had
Fati had a Fati gave him the goal. The
Yeah,
goal.
okay.
But
basically.
I heard
I
that he
thought-
got a 100% pass accuracy,
Something
which is
like that.
really
Yeah,
impressive.
actually
Frankie de Jong
impressive.
was really good for Barcelona.
Yeah.
So he's finding his form in Barcelona, which is good.
It's good to
Him
see.
and Ansu Fati, next generation, and then hopefully they buy Xavi Simons back from PSG. Boom, next generation kind of sorted slightly.
Or they'll just go and spend 50
Four-
million on some Brazilian fella,
Oh no, she.
like they normally do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what kind of happens if you have an unlimited checkbook like Barcelona.
Yeah, it's still insane to think that Ansu Fati is 16.
Yeah.
That's actually
Yeah.
insane.
He's younger than
He's out here banging in goals in La Liga.
True, but he's older than me, so.
And you're here talking crap.
Okay. Okay, so
We need, we
You-
have one centre mid, we need one more.
what kind of Oh yeah, right
Yeah.
mid. Okay, yeah.
Xhaka.
Oh yeah, Shaka was really good, wasn't he? Shaka was horrendous. He was awful. He
Hold
was-
on.
he was
I'm going to be
terrible.
very honest. Xhaka didn't play the best on the pitch, obviously, but he wasn't as bad as some other people.
Okay.
thought.
Does that mean he
That's
should be on Team of the Week because he wasn't as bad?
After
You know,
this,
for
no,
Shaka,
after
that's a good thing.
After this, we'll make a team of the week, but then with worse performances. So.
I like that.
Okay.
That could be a
Actually
lot
like that.
easier.
Yeah.
I thought for centre mid, Mkhitaryan for Roma played quite a good game.
Center mid.
Centre mid, he can play centre mid.
Yeah,
You can play
Oh.
Miki at centre mid.
Mickey.
But as you can see, he didn't perform well in the Premier League, but then he went to a Farmers League, Syria.
Harvey, I'm gonna kill you. Never call Serie A Farmers League. You know who was really good for Roma? I just remembered right here and checked One Football. That helps too. But Lorenzo Pellegrini was really good. He got 3 assists, was it? Yeah, 3 assists for Roma
Wait,
against Sassuolo.
what position is he?
Centre mid.
Oh yeah, we can put
He
him
may have
in.
played on the
Yeah,
wing. We'll put him at
Pellegrini left mid. Who should we put left mid?
I have no idea.
centre. I actually cannot think of. They were all rubbish.
Okay,
There
guys,
were no good
maybe
left
we
mid.
should have planned this out better, huh?
Yeah,
no,
Harvey.
I said 4-3-3. You guys didn't want to listen.
Yeah, Max.
Oh, there's some
Harvey.
drama going down in here.
Okay.
Vinicius, I thought for Real Madrid. I didn't see
Wait,
much
who,
of the
who did they
game.
play?
They played Levante, but he was quite.
Oh no, Ansu
Lively.
Fati. We're dumb.
Oh yeah, Ansu Fati.
Ansu Fati
Ansu
left
Fati.
wing. Striker.
Tammy Abraham, definitely. Tammy
No,
Abraham.
no.
He's got a hat-trick.
Hal Erling, the Norwegian.
Haaland.
Yeah, Haaland.
Haaland and
Right wing. Sancho
Cantwell.
or Sancho.
Okay, Sancho.
Okay, Sancho.
Right.
And then
that's
best
right.
manager this time.
Daniel Fark from Norwich. 'cause
Okay.
They should.
You
They
know what?
should have. They
You
should
know what?
not. Have
That's
beaten
actually pretty
Man
good.
City.
option.
Yeah, true.
They played defensively. They were really good.
They kind of pulled off a miracle.
And now the worst team of the week. Okay, where do I start? First of all, center back. Socrates. Banging performance from him. He's pretty, I wanted to say.
No, we start with the
I'm not gonna
keepers.
say that. Okay, keeper.
Worst keeper.
Nice
The-
show.
Vicente Guaita from Palace, just because he conceded 4 and didn't do anything, it was lovely to watch.
The keeper from Vitesse conceded 5 goals.
Okay, but was it really his fault?
Yeah, was it really? Was it his fault or the defense's fault?
It was the defense's fault. However, his performance all around was bad. Distribution was horrible. He was barely catching any balls. He was actually really bad.
Yeah, and this is all about balls, to be
Yeah,
honest.
welcome back to All About Balls, to the first episode.
We're still halfway through. So
Yeah.
welcome back, guys.
If you took a bathroom break, welcome back, fellas.
Yeah, welcome back.
Yeah.
Just if you happen to take a bathroom break at this exact time.
How
Miss-
long are the All About Balls episodes?
We don't know until we're done talking
As long, as
about
long, yeah, as long,
Yeah.
like, when there's
All
awkward
right,
silence
so
for like 5
get
minutes.
your popcorn, get ready to be listening to this podcast for the next like 20 hours.
we still got a while. We have
Okay,
tons of
so
crap to
for
talk
keeper,
about.
the Vitesse goalkeeper.
Vitesse, for
Hold on, but I find it really interesting how Vitesse's second goalkeeper is called Black Man.
Okay.
what's his ethnicity?
Yeah, what
Harvey?
is his ethnicity?
He's ridiculously white.
Yeah, I believe he is from
China.
China.
Yeah.
I believe he is from China.
So
Okay,
what ethnicity does that make him?
Asian.
Australia.
That makes him Australian, yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Hey,
so now
hey,
center
just because
backs.
most of Australia is Asian people does not make Asian people Australians.
I beg to differ.
But now
anyway,
for center backs.
Anyway,
Center
okay,
backs.
so just put the Arsenal 2 in there.
Yeah.
guys, I know this wasn't this week, but if we go back like 2 weeks, I think Coates from Sporting should really be there.
Gave away
Okay,
3
sure.
penalties
3
in the
penalties.
match and got sent off.
No, okay, if he was sent off in the first one, we still would have won. That's the thing. If he, like, the fact that he sent them off after, like, he gave away 3. If he gave away 2, we would still got the point.
Yeah.
If he gave away 1, we would have won. We would have the 3 points. He gave away 3, and then they put him out. Like, nah, you're done here.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just want to put that honorable mention in.
Coates.
The Arsenal
Okay,
2.
as much as I want to
Let's
clown
just mix
him,
Crystal Palace and Arsenal and Wolves. Wolves were bad. Wolves were
Luis was
bad.
like
Wolves were pretty
decent, but then he gave away the penalty, so,
Well,
so that makes
okay,
him
to be
bad.
fair to Luis, he's getting a lot of stick for giving away the penalty. But to be fair to him, he played pretty well for the rest
Yeah,
of the game.
from what I saw, yeah, he played alright.
But okay, if we're going for worst team of the week, I think we can focus on Arsenal's
Yeah,
defense and
Arsenal.
midfield, Crystal Palace's entire team, and Wolves' entire team.
Yeah, basically.
Okay, so then left back and right back, this one's pretty easy.
Van Aanholt from Palace was unbelievably bad.
Max, if
He
you,
was-
if you want to make like the whole bad team of the week, Crystal Palace, I mean, I'm down.
Okay, yeah, we can
Okay,
do that.
sure.
We
Okay,
were
sure.
so bad.
Okay.
It was embarrassing to watch. 4 goals in the first half. Sorry. Yeah, second half was just did not create anything.
That's just
Tottenham
dreadful.
were perfectly happy to sit there and take the 3 points, while we were perfectly happy to sit there and just not concede 8.
Okay, and now for right back. Maitland Niles defensively was horrible and offensively was amazing.
So
That roughly-
the
that-
puts him at smack middle average,
We'll
Yeah.
put him nowhere.
basically.
But that's typical Arsenal. Our players offensively amazing, defensively horrible.
Yeah.
basically.
And what makes
Basically.
them the best team in the league.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
We are going to win the league. It's coming home.
We may
Oh,
be
you
in
know-
7th place,
you know-
but
You know who had a shocker this weekend?
Who?
Otamendi.
Oh yeah.
Otamendi.
God.
That
what
mistake.
Was that?
If he didn't make the mistake, they would have gone a point foul.
Which is still god awful.
Yeah.
But
Their
still,
entire
it's a
team-
point.
Then half of their team went walkabout. I mean, they were trying. They were really trying to attack Norwich. They
Yeah,
were
they
all
I saw
over
that.
Norwich. They had, I don't know, probably ridiculous possession numbers.
Mhm.
Norwich barely saw any of the ball, but they were not clinical in
Yeah.
any way. Norwich were.
Which is
No,
pretty
Norwich
odd to
got
see.
Norwich got about 3 chances in that game, and they scored 3 goals.
Yeah.
For right back, no left back.
Class. No. you
I
can't-
put Zinchenko from
Okay.
Man City. His crossing was
That's true.
shambolic.
That is
Okay,
disgusting.
now center mids.
Are we just gonna make the whole team Man City?
Fourth.
We could put Man. There were some bad performances. in
There
the
were
Premier
bad
League.
performances. However, we do still need to realize it would have been 2-2 if Otamendi didn't make the mistake.
Yeah.
So it's like they were bad.
Okay, but let's be
however.
honest.
Okay, so we can
Man
make,
City
we can
shouldn't
make,
have been there in the first place. They should
Yeah.
should not have let that happen.
Yeah.
so Otamendi should take up 2 center back spots. Just 'cause
Yeah.
of how bad he
2
was.
center back spots. Now let's focus on the center mids. Who was a horrible center mid?
Let's see. Hold on.
Let's see.
Shaka wasn't great, but I
Well,
don't think he was.
honestly-
I don't think he's bad enough to get here.
Yeah, he.
Everton's team was. Everton had a bad performance this week too.
Oh yeah, Everton.
Delph, Schneiderlin.
Yeah, Everton lost
Well,
against Bournemouth.
I didn't
right?
watch the game personally, but I doubt they were very good if they lost
Wait,
3-1
wait,
against Bournemouth.
Oh yeah, I was watching the game actually. Part of it. Okay, there were some really good performances from the Bournemouth keeper actually, all things considered.
You know who was bad?
You know who was bad for right back? Lelyveld from Vitesse. This guy was the reason we conceded 3 goals.
Farmers League.
I was gonna say Masuaku from West Ham. He got sent off for just being straight up just not very.
Okay,
clever.
so speaking of Farmers League, we have the Portuguese league out here.
No, you mean Syria.
No, guys, stop. Just shut up. Just shut up. Honestly.
Okay.
It's so annoying.
So
Stop.
out here from Sporting, we got Gonzalo Plata. He was absolutely dreadful, like literally god awful, like shit. Family friendly guys.
Beep.
Yeah, beep that out.
Beep.
fellas.
Bleep
Alright,
that out. Okay,
then,
that's
but
fine.
I guess it's kind of justified because he's like 19 or something. He came from the youth academy. He was nervous for some reason.
Can we please talk about Zuma's? Now that we're talking about youth talent, Zuma was pretty bad like lately. I don't know.
Zuma this whole season for Chelsea has been bad.
I don't know why people are hyping him up.
He's
I
dreadful.
mean, yeah, but Chelsea has other talents like
Like
good old
what?
Tammy.
name one talent that
Tammy.
Chelsea has.
Tammy.
If they don't watch out, they're gonna turn
Tammy
into
Mount.
Arsenal with an amazing offense and a worse defense.
they have a bad defense.
I mean-
Okay, but wait, continuing with worst team of the week,
Mm-hmm.
we have who do we have for keeper? The Vitesse keeper.
Yeah.
We had Socrates. We had what's his name? Louise. We have Zinchenko. We have
Lelyveld.
can't pronounce that. For centre mid from Aston Villa, marvelous Nakamba. he was not marvelous. In fact, he was dreadful. The guy could not make a single pass. He must have had a passing accuracy of about 5%. I watched that game. Why did I watch 90 minutes of Aston Villa versus West Ham? God awful game. Marvelous Nakamba could not complete a single pass. Every time he kicked the ball, it went directly to a West Ham player. He was so bad. It actually got to the point where it was painful to watch. I wanted him to do well because his name's Marvelous Nakamba.
I mean,
It's
on
a
the other
brilliant
hand,
name. However, he was just straight up not having a good time.
he was the best player on the pitch for West Ham, though.
Oh,
all
yeah,
things
obviously.
considered. He was a very good player, like perfect pass accuracy. So then we got. Do we need more center mids?
Yeah, we need
Yeah.
we need 2 more.
Yeah. So thinking this through, right? Jesus Christ. Who else would we put as center mid?
Any of Valencia's centre mids were bad.
Okay.
Any of Man City's. Actually, Rodri was all right for Man City. However,
Yeah. However.
what's his name?
Okay.
Gundogan did nothing.
Do you want to be a legend and fill this up for me, please?
Gundogan did nothing. De Bruyne did very little when he came on, but I think that was down to Norwich's defending.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Could you be, please? Could you fill it up for me?
Yeah. We're now having a staff break with our local guest
A
filling
local
up water.
slave filling up our water bottles.
That's not very family friendly. of
That
you,
is
Max.
very family
No,
friendly.
that is very family friendly.
Most
Okay.
families have slaves, so it's okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
basically.
So then we have any Valencia as a center mid, and then we have
Okay, for right
no, no.
wing, for right mid.
right wing we got Plata.
No.
Plata.
Okay,
Plata.
fine. Left mid we have Andros Townsend for Crystal Palace.
Okay.
He did nothing for 90 minutes. I watched that man run around the pitch. What was he chasing? He was awful.
Max, I think you redeemed.
He lost the ball every time he touched it. He created nothing.
Now that we're talking
Counterpoint, he redeemed himself with his goal last season.
Okay, that's true.
counterpoint, this match was the first match of average display of Pepe that I saw.
Okay, that's true.
Yeah.
But wait, we got to stay focused. We got to stay focused.
Yeah.
on Worst team of the week for striker.
Striker.
I'm just gonna say the Hellas Verona striker who got sent off after 21 minutes.
How do you get
How did
sent
that
off as a
happen?
striker?
He kicked someone in the face.
Did you guys see the video where Ibrahimovic? Ibrahimovic is like 6'3",
Yeah, he's-
headbutting a
yeah.
5'6" guy and then acting like they walked into
Nah.
each other.
Okay, who do we have? We have in goal. We had the Vitesse keeper. We
Yeah.
had the Vitesse right back.
Lelyveld.
Lelyveld. We had Socrates. We had Luis. We had not Masuaku. We had Zinchenko. Marvelous Nakamba. What a name he has! Oh my god. We have the Hellas Verona strikers Stepinski, who got sent off very quickly. What a man he is.
What a man.
We had Plata from Sporting, who just did not have a good
He
time.
did not have a good time.
And we had Townsend from Palace, a centre mid who had a really bad game from Udinese in Italy. Rodrigo De Paul got sent off after like 35 minutes for slapping someone on the head.
What was with all these people? getting-
I don't know what he was doing. Some guy from Inter ran past him and he just slapped him on the head. I don't know what happened. He slapped him on the head. It went to VAR. He got a straight red card. It was kind of
Okay,
funny.
They went to VAR just to check.
Yeah, they went to. It happened off the ball too. What was he doing? Honestly.
Right. So
And
that's our
I'll
worst team of the
putting
week.
Gundogan as the final centre.
Yeah.
He was
that
pretty
it.
bad.
Okay, now strikers.
No,
But
we
we
had
had
the
that.
strikers.
Okay, yeah.
We could mention more Europa League games that are coming up, just
No.
such
No,
as
we
Wait,
forgot
let's
the manager.
Let's talk about the
Manager. Emery.
Oh,
Unai
yeah.
Emery, what are you doing?
Okay,
You're
that's-
so bad. Oh my god.
Okay,
He's way too defensive.
You should have gone for more against Watford. A 2-goal lead is not as safe as many people think it is.
I mean, any manager who's putting that team on the pitch.
Yeah, true.
I
He
mean,
needs to make substitutions. I mean, team. Yeah, it wasn't set up to defend. So if he's going to defend, he needs to put on people who can defend. But if he's going to keep that team on the pitch, he needs to actually attack because that team
Yeah.
could not defend.
I
But
mean,
okay.
let's not forget that 3-0 is the most dangerous lead, like from the last Champions
Oh, yeah.
League with Ajax.
Barcelona.
Corner take it quickly, Origi.
It's always a Origi,
Words
man.
to
He's
live
always
by.
there.
Words to live
Okay,
by.
but Champions League tonight, you guys are both gonna watch Atletico.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Atletico.
watch.
Pre-
I'm gonna
predictions
watch
for that
whichever
one?
one is on
Yeah,
Needle on
predictions.
Pain, or I might just go to Total Sport EK actually.
Who do you think's gonna win?
Ooh.
I think Atletico is going to win
Where's it
simply
being
because
played? Is it being played?
It was either. I'm saying it's either going to be a draw, like 1-1, or Atletico's
I
going to
could
win
see
like 2-1.
I could see a 0-0. But I could also see.
I mean,
would
I
like
feel
when
like
they-
Juventus is lacking creativity because they lack Dybala now.
Yeah,
Like,
they don't play Dybala anymore. They
like,
play a
hopefully-
weak midfield. They don't play Ramsey or Rabiot. They play Khedira
Like-
and Matuidi, who are both old.
Yeah, Max, like you watch Juventus more often than we all do. Like, are they very dependent on Ronaldo? Do they just like pass
No, they
them?
okay. So sometimes when they're attacking, they'll just give the ball to Ronaldo, but most of it goes through Pjanic in the midfield,
Okay.
and they want to attack, but some of the players who they have on the pitch, like Matuidi and Khedira, just do not have the legs to keep
Wait,
up
how
and attack.
old is Khedira?
Khedira must be like 33 or something, and he should have left this summer. And
Yeah.
they got
And
Rabiot.
Arsenal was linked with him.
Yeah, that would have been a dreadful signing. But they
Yeah.
have on the bench. Like I don't understand it. They have Dybala on the bench every game.
Oh.
They have Rabiot on the bench every game. Rabiot would be a
The
perfect
value.
replacement for Khedira.
Yeah.
He's so strong. Like Khedira,
Yeah.
he can run. He could pass the ball well too.
I don't understand. Why did they sell Moise Keane? Like,
yeah, that would seem very just stupid.
Yeah,
to be
just
honest,
plain
they
out
don't have a
stupid.
backup striker now. They have Mandzukic.
Who's
Who-
pretty old, low key.
Mandzukic, they don't even want to play anymore. They want to. They're trying to sell him apparently to some Qatari club. And this game is being played in Madrid. I think right now Juventus are a bit of a mess. I mean, yeah, they're still second place in Serie A, but that's because they're. Harvey, I'm literally about to slap you. If you call Serie A Farmers League one more time, I'm literally gonna kill you.
as you can see, it's getting very intense here.
At the All About Balls podcast.
Welcome back to All About Balls on the first episode.
No, but Juventus are clearly miles ahead of lots of the teams in Serie A because they're the richest team in Serie A by a long shot. But they're a bit of a mess at this point. They get to play against really easy teams.
Ben, who do you think is gonna win?
Between Atletico and Juventus tonight at 9. Local time.
Australia's gonna win, guys. It's being played in Madrid. I think.
Oh, it's in Madrid. Oh,
I think Atletico's probably
Yeah,
gonna win.
I'm sorry, but Juventus cannot win a game at all ever. It's just against the rules.
The
Yeah.
Champions League.
Yeah, then we have PSG, Real Madrid. Wait,
we
oh,
mentioned that earlier, and then we went slightly off topic, but we can definitely ignore that.
Real Madrid is an absolute shambles right now.
Real Madrid are a bit of a shambles. Hazard's probably going to play, but I don't know if they'll have much. Big word coming up, cohesion. On the team. I don't think they'll have much cohesion because they basically signed a whole new team this summer, and half of their team's injured. So I don't know. Probably who's going to play is who they've got.
Real Madrid is gonna have the chemistry of an under-9 team.
I
They're
mean,
going to have the chemistry of the bio class.
You're gonna have the chemistry of noble gases.
Okay, let's stop. This is terrible. But yeah, I don't know. It's being played in Paris. Neymar is banned for it because he went on a social media rant last year. Oh, he was complaining about the Champions League when Man United got the penalty against PSG and knocked them out. Neymar went on a bit of a rant about it on social media, and he got a ban from the Champions League because he was talking crap.
So
on his
he
Instagram
can't
story.
play in the.
He can't play in this one, and he can't play in the next one. It was a 3-game ban, but yesterday they turned it down to 2. But they still have the PSG. Who's injured for them? Mbappe's injured. Cavani's
yeah.
injured, so it's probably going to be Icardi, Di Maria, and Sarabia starting up front.
Watch Icardi be captain somehow.
Do not make Icardi captain.
that's a mess.
Inter Milan saw how that went, and that
Did
just
not go
straight
well.
up did not go well.
All right, I think we're getting close to the end of the podcast, though. So, any final
Okay,
words?
predictions for this one?
Atletico, Juventus 2-0.
Okay,
Atletico, or
and PSG, Real.
1-1 maybe.
Sure.
Yeah, I
1-1.
could see as a 0-0.
Yeah, it could be 0-0 too.
I could see as a 0-0. It would suck.
It would suck to watch because it could be a good match, but both of them have their best players injured, really. So wait, let's just go through all the Champions League games and give a prediction. So
Alright.
Olympiacos and Tottenham.
Okay.
Okay,
Lost Tottenham.
2
Being realistic, I'd say
Tottenham.
yeah, around that 2-0.
I'll say 1-0 Olympiacos. Just
Seriously?
going to be a mad lad and say that. I could see that
Evangelist
happening.
would be proud.
I could seriously see that happening.
Mm-hmm.
Club Brugge and Galatasaray.
Galatasaray 1-0.
I'll say 0-0 because it's being played in Brugge. So
Yeah. Okay.
Bayern Munich, Red Star Belgrade.
Okay. 3-0.
Yeah, I was thinking
I'll
the
say
same
4-0.
thing.
It's being played in Munich too. You could check.
3.5 mil.
I would just say 3-0 because I hope Bayern doesn't play their best players. I hope they like
I don't
rest
know.
them. or
It
something.
depends. I don't think it really matters.
Okay,
Bayern are
4-0
streaks ahead.
4-0 Lewandowski hat trick.
Oh, that'd be mad. I would love
I'm
to
gonna
watch
go
that.
with Manuel Neuer hat trick for this one. Just kidding. He's the keeper, guys.
In case you
Funny
didn't
joke.
catch that.
Okay. PSG Real Madrid. We said 0-0,
1-1.
1-1.
Yeah.
A draw basically.
Yeah.
For Atleti and Juve, we kind of agreed on 2-0.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Atleti.
2-0.
Dinamo Zagreb versus Atalanta.
At
I'm gonna go 2-0 Atalanta. They're actually a really exciting team to watch. Like
Really?
people just look at them and think, oh,
Why would you watch it
They're
in the
utterly
Farmers
crap.
League?
shut up! I swear to God, both of you shut up. Atalanta are actually a really exciting team to watch. They're really attacking. They have some. They're older players, but they're still really fluid
Okay,
attacking.
predictions.
Yeah, I'm gonna go
Shakhtar-
2-0 at Atalanta for that
I'll
one.
go 1-1.
I'll go maybe like 1-0 for Atalanta.
Okay. Shakhtar and Man City.
Yeah, Shakhtar's going to absolutely shock them.
You know what? You know what? Just hear me out. I think Shakhtar's gonna win because, okay,
Yeah.
look at Man City's defense. Laporte and Stones are both injured.
Otamendi
Stones
is
Stones is now out for 5 weeks. Laporte's now out for 5 months. They have Otamendi. They
Who's
don't have.
the
They,
Man City
they lost
Mustafi?
company. They're gonna play Fernandinho at centre back. Fernandinho's gonna play centre back for 5 weeks.
Jesus.
Wait,
It's being
but
played-
what's his natural position?
Centre defensive mid. I guess it's
Oh.
not difficult for him to play
Could be
centre back.
worse.
He's really good at everything really, but it's not gonna. It might not be pretty. I think I'm gonna go with 2-0 Shakhtar Donetsk.
I'm gonna go with if the Shakhtar manager plays offensive football, they could win like
They need to
1-0,
go and
2-0.
they need no. Do you know what they need to go? They
No,
need
no,
to play
2-1, 2-1.
they need to play counter attacking because Man City still have their entire forward line basically completely fit. If they let if Shakhtar let Man City go and attack them, they're gonna get overwhelmed by it. But then Man City, if they can hold out, then they can counter attack Man City and, as shown by Norwich, that can
Honestly,
lead to
like-
goals.
Okay, 3-2, just like
Okay,
in the Norwich
I-
game.
If
You're right.
Shakhtar is able to like counterattack and do all that, I'd say they can win like 2-1.
But
But if
we're
they
talking
can.
about Shakhtar. Where are they even from?
Ukraine. They're good actually.
Yeah, they're good.
Like they did lose their manager this summer to Roma,
That
but
is
they've
true.
got some really exciting players.
Okay,
For
I'm
some
gonna go
reason-
2-1 Man City because I really want Shakhtar.
But
to
Man
win.
City isn't the same thing as they are in the league as in the Champions League, like overall.
That's
no,
true. I don't
I'd say
know.
That's why
It's
I only said
difficult to
2-1.
call.
If Shakhtar wins, it's gonna be a really tight win. I'll say
Yeah.
1-0.
I say 2-0 Shakhtar. You know, I think they could do it comfortably. I don't think Shakhtar are that bad. Okay, final game: Bayer Leverkusen versus Lokomotiv Moscow.
Bayer
I want Eder
Leverkusen's
to play. I
gonna
want
win.
Eder to play.
I want
Eder has to play.
Havertz to play for Bayer Leverkusen.
It's being played in Leverkusen. Just
Oh, okay.
saying,
Can we all talk
Leverkusen's
about
winning.
Havertz being a young talent?
he's good.
He's
Yeah.
pretty solid.
He's banging.
Basically, Lokomotiv Moscow are a bad team. They're just not very good.
Mm-hmm.
All
I-
things considered, yeah.
Considering they play in the Russian league and stuff. Yeah,
Hey,
that's not
don't
very
talk
good.
about the Russian league like that.
It's a good league. Yay! I watch the Russian league every week.
Mm.
It's really exciting. They have really good players and really good
Like
teams.
Malcolm.
Just kidding. It's dreadful. Don't ever watch it.
I know a kid who
4-0
plays in the
Leverkusen.
first league for their youth league. He's a left back. I got past him every single time.
Guys, I'm going to Russia to play footy. Okay. Nothing really exciting in the Europa League.
I mean, personally,
What about our predictions for the Farmer League?
Seriously.
okay, let's do Serie A predictions.
Oh
Just
my
because
God.
we'll just do this because we're not at an hour yet. So why don't we do this?
We're never gonna be able to upload this to YouTube ever.
No, we can-
No.
Why would you upload a podcast to
Yeah.
YouTube?
Upload it to SoundCloud.
Because we
on our-
can't
Upload
upload
it
it
to
to management.
Spotify.
Okay, anyway, Cagliari versus Genoa.
Cagliari.
You guys
win.
don't know anything, but Cagliari's gonna win like 8-0 or something crazy. Like,
Cagliari is
brilliant.
just a bunch of racists.
No, Cagliari. Okay, that's
Coming
true.
from-
However, Cagliari are pretty good. They have some good players.
So racists are good. Is that what you
yeah,
say?
racism is good, guys. Do racism.
Okay.
That was a joke, by the way.
No, it's not. Ben Versteeg, I get racially abused in this class. Please help.
Okay. Anyway.
I'm not even joking. Please help.
He is.
He's joking.
He's joking.
Anyway,
He
guys.
really
predictions.
isn't joking.
Are we? Say you're joking. Now, you're joking, right?
Yeah.
Okay, back to topic. Stay focused. Cagliari versus Genoa.
I'd say 3-0.
3-0 Cagliari. I'll go with 2-0 Cagliari because they're a bang team. Udinese versus Brescia. Two absolutely horrendous teams. 0-0. It's just gonna be.
No. The Balotelli though.
He doesn't even play for Brescia for some reason.
We should only discuss the important games. Juventus versus.
Juventus versus. Hellas Verona.
I think Juventus
Okay,
is going
but
to win.
you guys really don't know much about Serie A.
2-0.
Why are
because
we
you don't watch
discussing
it.
this? Only Max watches his Farmers League.
Yeah, okay, so this is about right around the point where we're gonna end
Yeah,
the
No,
podcast.
just finish doing Serie A.
No,
because
I think
we'll
we
We
only
got
look
like
at the
6
important
minutes
games.
left in this podcast.
Only the important games.
We actually
this
made
one,
it
no
to
one
15.
cares. 0-0. This
AC
one,
Milan.
Juve. I'd say 3-0 Juve. Hellas
Okay.
Verona are a bad team. Milan and Inter. That's the big game.
Oh, that's true. Milan win, like 2-1.
2-0 Inter. 2-1 Inter.
Considering they just slightly drew to Slavia Praha, yeah.
I'm saying
Milan is going to win by a long shot.
no. Inter's gonna win 2-1 because Milan never show up for these games. I don't know why. They're just not very good.
They don't have
They
to
play-
if they can draw like Slavia Praha.
Slavia Praha aren't that bad. Okay, but I see what you mean. I think Inter's gonna win though. 'Cause, like,
Okay.
We'll see.
Milan are pretty shite to be honest.
You can believe that all you like.
Okay.
That's about it for
Napoli's probably gonna
my
absolutely
God.
destroy Lecce.
Yeah.
There's nothing else to talk about.
Okay, so that's it. This was
We
the
got,
first
like,
episode of
5
All
minutes.
About Balls.
We really love discussing balls, fellas.
We love our
Yes.
balls.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, fellas. We might be back next week.
See ya.
Adios.
Bye.
Do it.